Hey, welcome. I'm Stan Scrabbit, and I am your instructor for HIED 5610, and this is on program planning and evaluation. I'm really excited to be with you. Really thrilled when they asked me to teach this course. And so, a little bit about me. I completed my doctorate back in 2013 through the University of Wyoming. And I took this course with Dr. Cliff Harbour. And I'm happy to continue on with this course and show you a little bit about this idea of program planning and evaluation. Since graduating from the University of Wyoming, I took a director position with Jamestown Community College as the Director of Technology Enhanced Instruction. And I can tell you from my experiences that I have used these ideas of program planning and evaluation at least on 3 different occasions. That the community college that I'm at is very interested in continuous progress and continuous review in their programs. So hopefully I have some things to share with that. But in the meantime, we have some good books that will help you learn about this. So the 3 books that we have for our class include the one from Boone, Safrit, and Jones. And this book, we're basically going to go through all 3 books plus another website that I'll show you. This is a pretty comprehensive book. I've referenced it a few times in my life. So happy to have this in this particular course. Another book that we are going to reference is from Sylvia and Sylvia. It's Program Planning Evaluation for the Public Manager. So you need to make sure that you have this book. This is the correct version of that particular book. And these 2 books, I have both of them. These 2 books I had used in Dr. Harbour's class. I'm very familiar with them. But to help my learning, we're going to dive into another book, Assessment for Excellence. And this is by Austin and Antonio. So I'll reference that particular book. Along with those particular books, we also have this website that I want to show you. Let me get there. And it is a research methods knowledge base site. This was shared with me from the previous instructor for this course. And we will be using it in this class to talk about specific issues. There is the table of contents, as you look at it, has quite a lot to it, but goes into great detail on a variety of things that will help with your course in your design. So let me hide that for a second. So what are we going to be doing in this class? Well, we have online discussions. So each week we will have a discussion. We're actually going to have 2 discussions. One is an IRA discussion, insights, references, or resources and applications. So what I'm going to ask you to do is read through your books, the assigned chapters that we have each week, and from there, I want you to pull out 3 things that just kind of jumped out at you that either you didn't know and you just discovered, or something that just the light bulb went off. And with that, we're going to have those 3 insights. Additionally, I want you to go out and scour the internet or scour the references in what we have in the college, and find some references and share those. But more importantly, the last piece, application. How do you see what you've learned in that particular chapter or set of chapters is going to help you in your whatever you're doing, in your job, in your schoolwork, in your volunteer work. It doesn't matter. How is it going to help you? What insights did you gather that will make a difference? And part of the discussions you're going to discuss with the rest of your classmates, and you're going to encourage them and maybe share some resources that you know that could help them with their issues, basically in trying to improve the quality of life of everyone in the class. What else? Part of those discussions, if you go ahead and contribute to those discussions earlier in the week, I'm going to give you some bonus points. But basically, each discussion, you're going to have to gather 20 points. A great post in a discussion is worth 3 points. But if you do it early in the week, I'll give you an extra 3, so 6. Then you only have to figure out 14 more points. The same applies for, if you do it kind of later in the week, I'll give you an extra bonus points for your IRA post. The rest of them are just response posts, so you don't get any extra cool points by posting early, but you still need to post a lot to get to 20 points. And then if you post on Saturday, no extra points. That's the last day. I'll open the discussions up on Sunday. You'll finish them out on Saturday, and we'll move on to a new set of discussions on Sunday again. The reading is pretty heavy. We have probably about 1,200 so pages. And we have 15 weeks to go to do this, so we're going to be kind of going through that pretty rapidly. But it's a graduate course, so you're expected to kind of keep up with the reading, work it in. Reading is one of those critical skills that you should be working on. I typically knock out two to three books a month, and that's probably from working in the grad school and picking up that habit again. But it's one of those lifelong skills, and I encourage you to do it. So the other discussion is a student-led discussion. Basically, each week, one of you will be assigned a discussion leader. You're going to have the material read ahead of time. You are going to give me some great questions that we can start off with. We'll pick one of those questions and we'll throw it in there. We're looking for good, open-ended discussions, something that people can sink their teeth into. And then for the rest of the week, you're going to kind of help people, encourage them, mentor them, through those discussions. And so as a discussion leader, you're going to get you'll meet that part of the assignment, but also everybody has to participate in the discussions. Same 20 points, same idea of posting early and continuously. Also in the course, we're going to have 2 case studies. One case study comes from the textbook. It comes out of the Sylvia book. And you'll look at the case study, give me about a 5-page reflection on that. And the other case study, which is due about a month later, is going to be one that you look at an organization that you're working with and look at their program planning and evaluation, how they did it, and reflect on that and turn those in. Those so the discussions in their entirety are worth 20% of your grade. The case studies in their entirety, they're 15% each, so 30% of your grade. The last is a major project. So you're going to start out with a memo, which kind of outlines your needs assessment, and you'll turn that memo in, and if I give you the green light, then we'll go ahead and move forward and do your literature review paper, which basically kind of takes a deep dive into a program that you think needs assessing, how you would go ahead and assess it, and all the research that's associated with that. So let me give you a little show and tell on our course. So we are using the Canva shell, and so I've got the course laid out, and I just want to kind of give you a guided tour. Starting at the home screen, this is where we're at. And with that, the very top part is some ongoing discussions. So I have 2 discussions in here, entirely optional. You don't have to do anything with them, but this gives you an opportunity to go in. If you got any questions or concerns about the course, anything that you want to know, great place to put that information. And it's a place that others can go, check it out. Maybe they can contribute to the answer. I'll certainly look in there and contribute. The other is a student lounge. So you may find out, that your best friend from kindergarten's in the course. Great topic, and we definitely want you to pursue it, but probably not appropriate for the normal discussion. So student lounge is a great place where you can go in and just add your discussions. That's for you guys, and I'll pretty much stay out of it. I may pop in once in a while, see if there's anything cool going on. Next is important information. So I've pulled together a variety of things. First of all is the syllabus. So there's a link to the syllabus there, and I also included a link to the syllabus over on the side. Same syllabus, but this links to a Google document that kind of outlines everything into the course. Next, required textbooks. I told you what textbooks that we needed. There's those 4 items. In the syllabus, I also have some suggested readings, other books that have been used that are really good, and you should probably take a look at them. Next, we get into discussion forums. So in there, the IRA process. So this kind of explains a little bit about this more IRA process. Some ways that you can be a better participant in the discussions. Netiquette. I want you to have good debates in the class, but let's not get it personal, right? Let's not attack people, right? Everybody's coming from their different framework, right? There's no really right and wrong answers. Not when, we're trying to work it out, okay? So, but don't be insulting other people in the course. That's not good. Discussion leader guidelines. That'll give you some insight on how to be a good discussion leader. Then I have a series of rubrics. So for the IRA discussions, rubric on what's your expectations. If you go in, there's kind of a balance between quality and quantity. Quality is always utmost. Quantity, give me good quality posts, and you have to do less posts. If you don't have good quality posts, then I won't give you as many points, and so you have to do more. So aim for quality, and that'll reduce the quantity that you have to submit. Okay, we're not looking for War and Peace, right? So we're not looking for novels. A good post is, could be anywhere from 150 to 500 words. That could be a good post. Anything over that, I'm thinking it's a little excessive. So rubrics for all the discussions. Case study rubric that's applied, but I'll just clue you in. The case study, the needs assessment, and the literature review. Basically the same rubric, different title, because I'm looking roughly at the same kind of information. Threw in some other useful resources, like links to the bookstore, to the Writing Center, other places, so you can check that out. A couple videotape on citation management tools. One of my favorites is Zotero, so I put a video together on that, but also showing you how to properly format an APA paper in Word, things that you want to check out. So next, course assignments. So here are your basic course assignments, right? Discussion leader. And I forgot one. I have to weave one in there. You got your literature review paper, so let me make a note. But I will get that in there. But those are basically your assignments that are going to be coming up along with the discussions. And so next, the first week, we'll have the introductions and also discussion leader sign up. So please do this early. Go in there, sign up for as a discussion leader, and we will try to accommodate you. Make sure that you get in there. Okay, don't be throwing somebody else out, right? It's an editable document, so please just go in and put your name there. First come, first serve, right? And I can see who's been doing what, so just letting you know. On the introductions, I want you to go in, tell me a little bit about you, why you're taking this course, if you've had any other program planning experience. Images are cool, right? Post those. Let's have fun in this class. Week 2, this is when we start getting into the discussions. Since we're not going to start until week 3 for the student-led discussions, so week 2, we'll start off with an IRA discussion, kind of get you into the feel of that, how that works. Additional resource that was left over from the previous course that I thought was quite interesting, so I'm sharing it with you, and we'll go over there. Each of the weeks is pretty much going to be the same. I'll have some additional resources, we'll have some discussions, we'll have a good time, and I'm here to learn along with you. There's always something new to learn, right? I am in the course to help coach you along, facilitate. If you are looking for, you're grad students now. So if you are looking for somebody that's going to spoon feed every single thing to you, grad school is probably not the place for you. What I've come to find out in grad school is there's a lot of self-work. But we work together. You're all adults. I am fully behind andragogy and the idea that you can, basically kind of facilitate your own learning. So we're going to dive into your experiences. We're going to, pull those things out. You guys some of you are doing this as professionally. So, I do it as part of my job. We get those taskings to build a program or to evaluate a program. But some of you may be doing this as part of your work daily, and there's things that you can bring to the class, and I look forward to that. So really excited to get started, and welcome to the class. I hope that gave you a little orientation on what we're going to do. We're going to work hard. It's going to be fun. And I can't wait to get started. So we'll see you shortly.